Hey guys, what's up? It's TheCubicle, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Gans 356 Air. Gans has made a name for themselves by being one of the more creative 3x3 producers. For example, the Octopus Core with their first 3x3, the adjustable pieces with the first 356, and now the newest edition with the Air, adjustable spring rigidity. The Air is the fourth cube in the 356 line, and the goal of the cube was to create a faster, lighter, more stable version of the 356S V2. The cube has also been endorsed by the #1 solver in the world, Felix Zemdegs, who uses this cube as his main and also used a prototype magnetic version of the Air to break the world record recently with a time of 4.73. So, let's check it out. The Gans Air comes in multiple different versions at different price points. There is the normal Gans Air, which costs $23, and that just comes with the cube and the standard sticker scheme. Then there's the advanced version at $25, which has the half bright shades and a tensioning tool. Then there's the master version at $26. That's the one that I originally got. That comes with the yellow, red, orange, and then the clear springs, which are the stock ones. Then there's the Grandmaster edition at $37, and that also includes the green, blue, and purple springs along with everything else. So the version I'll be reviewing is the TheCubicle Gans Air with the clear springs. So first off, I want to talk about the springs. Gans has come up with a spring system that is color-coded based on the tension of the spring. The whole system has been patented and is called the Gans Elasticity System, or GES. This is what the little unit looks like. It's pretty small, and by putting the spring inside this little container, which attaches to the Octopus Core, the spring can compress and stretch, but it can't rotate, which gets rid of any of the spring noise and the need to lubricate the spring. I think it's a pretty ingenious idea, and probably why the cube is a bit more expensive. Now, to be completely honest, I haven't actually messed around with any of the other spring tensions besides the clear ones. However, according to TheCubicle, the clear stock springs are the best ones for the premium cubes, so I'm just going to go ahead and trust them on that. However, I have heard that besides the clear ones, the yellow ones are the best, so there you go. Either way, the performance of this cube is pretty awesome. The first thing I noticed about the turning was just how quiet the cube is. Here's a comparison to the Oolong V2. There's actually a significant amount of resistance in the turns to make it controllable enough for my harsher turning style, which I really like. The cube is very buttery and smooth and has a feel that's kind of reminiscent of some older speed cubes like the Shengsha Wind and Aurora, if you guys remember those. Another notable thing about the Air is its weight, which I think is where the name for the cube comes from. It weighs 73 grams, which is quite light and feels like almost nothing in your hands. Now recently I've been using puzzles like the Volk M, the Oolong V2, and those are really heavy puzzles, so when I went to the Air felt, well, pretty much like air. Corner cutting on the Air is everything you would come to expect from a modern speed cube, being able to cut at nearly every angle. Popping also never happens, as you would expect, and the squared off corners means corner twisting isn't an issue as well. As for locking, it's not as much of an issue as on previous Gans puzzles. Unfortunately, I've always had some kind of locking issue with Gans puzzles in the past, but the Air is surprisingly fluid, which is really great to see. The mechanism of the Air is quite similar to the previous 356 SV2, so not much has changed. There's an added torpedo on the edge, and the grooves have all been removed, so the whole edge is smooth. The corner structure is the same as before, so no changes to the stock, but similarly to the edge, all the tracks have been removed, except for one going right through the middle. So overall, minimal changes in the mech. So overall, my thoughts on the Air is that it's a good puzzle. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. This was supposed to be a light, airy, stable puzzle, and that's what it is. The spring customization to me feels a little bit gimmicky. It doesn't seem to be super useful right now, considering I haven't really seen anything besides the clear and yellow springs being used. You'd think that each spring tension would offer something for a certain type of cuber, but it doesn't seem like that's the case, unfortunately. It is a cool idea, that hopefully will be improved upon in the future. I have to give Gans the credit though for coming up with some cool ideas for their puzzles. This one to me, right now at least, feels a little bit pointless. However, You might love customizing your cubes. If that's the case, this is going to be awesome for you. You know, if you really like to customize your cubes, really get a cube that fits your style well, like to try out different stuff, maybe try out the Grandmaster Edition, which has all the different springs, and give it a shot. Overall, I'd say if you haven't made up your mind about this puzzle, I would recommend getting the standard version, which doesn't have any of the extra springs, or just getting the Cubicle Premium version like I did, which is set up really great as always. Anyways, that's all I've got to say about the Gans 356 Air. Thanks to TheCubicle for making this video possible. Links to buy everything will be down in the description, along with all of my social media and my Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.